This right here is the Hubsan H501S, and we're not going to be reviewing this drone today, but I'd just like to tell you a little quick story about it. This was my first drone I ever got, which means when I got it, I was not a very good pilot. So I crashed it and I broke it. As you can see right here, this arm is all messed up. The entire arm was broken off from a crash landing. It wasn't even a landing, it fell from about 90 feet up in the air. What happened then, like I said, the arm broke off and I had to resolder the wires, and we wrapped the arm in electrical tape, glued it back together. It looks kind of junky, but it still works. So that is the most important thing. It still works, and it still works really well, actually, which is surprising. If you guys actually like this drone a lot, even though it's an old drone, I will review it because I do have a new one right here. So if you want to see this drone again, or just the Hubsan H501S model being reviewed on this channel, give this video a like. Anyways, let's get into the video. Luckily, when this thing crashed and the arm broke off, there wasn't too many wires. There was only about 2 or 3 wires, and they all were colored in different colors. There was a black one, a blue one, and a red one. So they all went together fairly easily. However, as you can see, because this drone doesn't have a power button, you just plug the battery in. If we plug the battery in, you're going to see something here. Is all these lights turn on, except for this one. The lights don't work on this side. I mean, oh well, but at least the drone still flies. For being a broken drone, I mean, it flies pretty well, actually. And just for being a drone in general, it still flies pretty amazing. I'm really shocked on how well this thing still flies after being really completely destroyed. Yeah, so after we taped up the arm, I filled this, there's some cracks over here, I filled it up with some green stuff clay. There were some cracks over here that I filled up with green stuff. It's just a clay. I'm going to show you that whole process here in a minute. I also have the advanced controller, as you can see right here. One of the reasons I like this drone so much is that it gives you FPV view, but you don't even need to use your phone with this drone. So, I mean, this thing, since it's so old, it's pushing 5 years old, you can get this and the controller for only about 150 bucks. And it's actually still really good. It still competes with these newer drones today. So, anyways, let's get into how I fixed this. Oh, I don't have me resoldering the wires, but I do have me filling up the cracks with putty. So we're going to cut to that footage right now. So if you're curious at all, this is what I did. As you can see, I put green stuff clay right around here. This is what it looks like, green stuff clay. You just mix the blue and the green bar together, and it will harden. It'll take probably a couple hours, but after that, I'm going to sand it and paint it. Alright guys, so you have to remember, the entire arm was cracked when it crashed. So there was a little bit of a gap in there, and I filled that up with a thin line of green stuff. Then you can see it's wrapped in tape. And then there's it wrapped around over there. And then this will be sanded. And then this, I mean, I'll sand it, but I mean, it's already pretty smooth. So I'm pretty sure all we would need is a little bit of paint, and it'll look fine. Alright guys, here it is, the Hubsan H501S. This is my drone right here, and we're going to take it out, and we're going to fly it outside. It's kind of cold out, it's kind of windy, but we can still fly this outside for a little bit, and we're going to get some photos and videos, and we're going to show that to you guys right now. Alright guys, so we're going to plug the battery in. Like this. As you can see, the lights are turned on, so that means the drone is on. There's no power button on it. Once you plug the battery in, it is automatically turned on. You can hear the beeps. This little thing right here is so you can see it in the sunlight, but there's not a whole ton of sunlight out, so we don't need the sun shield. Now I just turn the controller on. Now it says calibrate compass 1 right there. So you spin it horizontally like this, 360 degrees, until it says calibrate compass 2. Okay, so now it says calibrate compass 2 right there. So now we're going to angle it up like this and rotate it. Also on my controller, I have all the switches flipped down. Oh, and now it says GPS signal lost. At this moment, see how it says GPS signal lost? You're going to flip the GPS up like that, and you're going to wait for it to get satellites. Once you get 6 satellites, then you can fly it. All right, guys, so we have 9 satellites right now. As you can see, the top 9 satellites. Now, keep in mind, because the arm is broken on this, there's going to be a slight drift to the left if we're looking frontward. So there's going to be a slight drift this way. So just keep that in mind. Anyways, down and out to on the motors, and let's get started. Now, you guys can obviously tell from the footage where I fly my drones. I don't really have an open field to fly it at. There's a lot of buildings and stuff, so there's interference. And usually with most budget drones like this, I'll get only about 1,000 feet. And then the interception, starts to get a little bit shaky, and I usually end up flying it home. So I'm always usually pretty conservative with the range. But this thing was easily pushing, I would push it out about 2,000 to 3,000 feet, and it was still crystal clear on the dashboard over here. So I mean, the range is still really impressive for the FPV view. So I mean, like I said, it's still really good, even with interference from all of the buildings around me. Like I said, this drone holds a special place in my heart due to everything that we've been through together. So I will be totally happy to do more videos with this drone. And like I said, I got this one right here. So I mean, if you guys want me to do a full review on a new one, I'll do that. So just go ahead and like the video and comment below and tell me that you want to see it. I mean, I know these drones are old, but I mean, it's still pretty good. So go ahead, give me some feedback, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching.